You've probably heard that search intent is one of the most important ranking factors. Um, I wouldn't go so far as to say that it is the most important ranking factor, but Google is certainly looking at and examining search intent as part of one of the ways to improve search results. And over time, Google has become better at understanding search intent. It does mess up things every now and then, but as with everything, Google is using AI. They have probably one of the most sophisticated AI robots on the planet, and it's consistently improving. It's consistently trying to understand what people are searching for, and it's consistently changing search results, adjusting search results, and to see how people engage with it. So over time, what's happening is with billions of searches, Google understands now what people are searching for when they put in a particular keyword. And so as an SEO, as someone who's trying to rank number one, if you can understand what the search intent is, you can meet that search intent with higher quality content, with more targeted content, and that will give Google a reason to rank you at the very least on page number one. And then from page one, you go on the top 5 spot, or above the fold as it's called, on SERPs. Now, I learned this the hard way, but there are tools online that can tell you what the search intent is for a specific keyword. They can also map out all the keywords with various search intents that it thinks, but none of those tools work really well. And I've used quite a few of them, and usually they're way off the mark. And it's also important to understand that if you're going to put in the effort to write content and to research content, you want to make sure that you're meeting the search intent so that you rank high. So in this video, I'm going to teach you how to look at SERPs and understand what the search intent is for those keywords, or at least how Google wants you to see the search intent, or how Google sees that search intent. And then you can use that to craft content. And I'll take a look at the types of content and the types of search intents in this video. So if you like the video, like and subscribe, and let's jump right into it. So I put up this graphic on the screen here, and there are mainly 4 types of intents. You've got navigational intent. So this mainly means trying to find something, like it could be a Subaru website. You've also got informational intent. So when you're trying to learn something, so like how to fix my car or how to book a plane ticket. And then there's transactional intent, like, trying to complete a specific action. Like if you're trying to buy a ticket, or if you're trying to buy the iPhone 14, that will be transactional. So Google's trying to understand if you're trying to buy something, and that would be a transactional intent. So if you can meet that intent, obviously you'll rank. And then there's commercial intent, and then this is something between transactional intent, informational intent, because this is when people are trying to learn about a product or learn about a service before they buy it. And so they would usually, at least in this graphic, but there's more to this. People will search for reviews, people will search for comparisons, and that's basically what they will base their transaction on, their commercial intent on. And so you need to categorize like what your keyword is and what kind of intent it is matching. So now that you've understood this graphic, and this graphic is from SEMrush, and I think SEMrush does a very good job of doing a lot of pulling up keywords and trying to match search intent. But as I said, they're not as good, and they're not as good as human beings. Let's just say that. So, and that's why I'm making this video, so you can understand this. So let's start with navigational intent, and I'll show you exactly what navigational intent means. This is what a navigational search intent query will look like. Where is the Giants Stadium located? All right. Now, this is what the SERP will look like. So the SERP will have the MetLife Stadium right here. This is the home of the Giants. and it has a brief description. It has a link to MetLife Stadium because this is the most relevant to the SERP. Now, if you're trying to rank for where is the Giant Stadium located, this is what you probably want to start your content off with a location and then go from there. And now the next in line is Wikipedia. And if you look at this Wikipedia entry, now this is real interesting because now that they've given you the address of where it's located, Google is trying to see if maybe you're trying to find the history of where it is located, or if you're trying to see if they were at a location to get more information about the Giant Stadium. And so next in line is this Wikipedia article that goes into detail about everything about the Giants and about the stadiums and where they've played, their history and everything. And then third in line here is where do the New York Giants play football? And if you go here, and this is, by the way, this is a Canadian website that's ranking for a US term. We'll just go ahead and click this here. And we're looking at this website that's really a sports store website. It's not informational. It's more transactional. And the reason why they're ranking is because they're taking people to on a tour of the MetLife Stadium and other stadiums as well. And so they have these links here, and these links go to the travel packages, and then they have things to do, where to eat, and then where do the New York Giants play football. And this is the question that I put in. And right off the bat is that finding out where the Giants play football is important when planning your sports trip. And so Google thinks this is relevant because once you found, like, it already gives you the location here, right here. It gives you location number 1. Number 2 SERP is information about it, if you're not interested in that. Number 3 SERP is if you want to travel to it. And so it's covering all the bases. And right over here, it's giving you a Google Maps entry. So if you want to drive to the MetLife Stadium, and then there's this there's another one that's from football parks, and this is meeting the intent right here. And then you can see, so if you want to rank for this, you'll either have to beat Wikipedia over here, which is probably not going to be very easy, or what you can do is like make out a location page. Let's talk about where the MetLife Stadium is. In your article, just quickly answer where it is, and then go from there. And then you will rank that page for this, but you'll probably not do as good as a job as the MetLife Stadium themselves. So let's take another look at a similar but different search term, like where's the Burj Khalifa? So I'm in Dubai, and Burj Khalifa is in Dubai, and it's not very far from where I live. So right off the bat, it gives me a Wikipedia entry right here, and over here it gives me the location because I'm already in Dubai. Google knows that, and so Google is giving me this location. And over here, it's got all these facts about the Burj Khalifa. And then right over here, and this is interesting, that right on the third SERP, it's got the Burj Khalifa's official website. So Britannica and Wikipedia, obviously Google sees them as being more authoritative as compared to the Burj Khalifa's official website. And that's because they've not done a very good job of optimizing it. Had they optimized this page or a page for where it's located, they would be on number 1, but they have not. And because they have not understood the intent. And despite being the official website, they haven't understood the intent. If they had understood the intent, they would be right here. And this is the address that they're giving us. This is the first thing that they show. But there's no link to where this has been pulled up from, most probably from Google Maps. And then there are all the other articles about the Burj Khalifa. So if you want to rank for where's the Burj Khalifa, you would be better off writing an informational article that it's in Dubai, and just talk about the facts, when it was constructed, when it was built, and you can take information from Wikipedia and then, just match that in with information from Google Maps and put in a Google Maps link in the article. And I think you should rank very well for this search term, informational intent. And so I've gone ahead and I searched for how old is Madonna. Now, right off the bat, it tells us she's 64 years old. She was born in 1958. And this is an example of informational content. So what Google is trying to do here is trying to give you as much relevant information. So I specifically asked, how old is Madonna? And it says 64 years old, because this is how people will probably search using voice search. And it's also given me people also search for. And so if I was creating a page about celebrities, I would be interested in these pages as well and their ages. And I would use structured data, which is going to be the topic of another video. They're using structured data to tell Google so that Google can understand what the data means. So the next one is Wikipedia. And I think this is where they're pulling it from. They're pulling this information from Wikipedia. And then if you scroll down, you'll see other information. So this is another wiki. This is another website with informational content about Madonna. And then there's a Sun. This is a news website, but this has information about Madonna. And if you see, it says, how old is Madonna? Madonna was born on August 16, 1958. And so it just talks about all the facts related to Madonna. All of these pages right here are all informational. And so none of these have any commercial intent. None of these are saying, buy Madonna souvenirs. And so if you're trying to rank for how old is Madonna, your best bet would start with answering how old she is in the first line of the article, and then going from there, and then structuring your article using, using these questions that pop up right here. So with the people also ask, these are the celebrities you want to put on the page if you make an informational page about celebrities. And this right here on the right is what's called a knowledge panel. And so this is the knowledge panel about Madonna. This is all the places where you can find her music. And this knowledge panel has been pulled from Wikipedia. And this is a good example of informational content. So now we're going to look at transactional intent, and I'm going to go ahead and search for movies in Dubai and see what comes up. Now this is an example of how Google ranks for transactional intent. And so because I said movies, it's showing me all the movies that are playing in Dubai, mainly in theaters, and also ones that I can just buy online and download. And it's got this whole list of movies right here. And if I go down, right out the bat is Vox Cinema. And so this is what's playing. And next in line is Nova Cinemas. There's another cinema. So all cinemas, all reels. There are no movie reviews because Google sees this as being transactional. So there are no movie reviews. There are no celebrity reviews. There are no gossip websites. So all of these websites right here that are ranking in the top 5 are relevant websites where you can buy a movie ticket. So DubaiMovieTickets.com, a.bookmyshow.com, sorry. And then you've got cinemas.a, and all of these have transactional intent. And so if you click here for Black Adam, if I click here, it shows me showtimes in near Dubai. It shows me where it's going to play in Roxy Cinema, on the 21st in Roxy Cinema, in the Real Cinema, in the Cinema City, Fountains View Cinema. And it just has, this is all, Google sees it and understands that this is going to be transactional intent. And so that is, it's ranking all the cinemas near me. I'll give you guys another example of transactional intent. And there you go. And now it gives me Amazon, Noon, which is also a local Amazon type website. And it's got do.a, and all of these places, it shows me these are ads. This is an ad right here, transactional intent. Then this is Google's website. This is Google's store in Dubai. It also shows me where I can go and buy all the places. And so if you're trying to rank for buy iPhone 14 Dubai, you should have a price on your website. You should have a photo or a few photos of the iPhone 14 on your website. You should have a description of the iPhone 14 on your website, and you should have a buy button for the iPhone 14 that people can click and buy your iPhone 14. And it's only then that you will rank. Now, if I were to put iPhone 14 reviews, the SERP just changed. Now, even though these ads are still running over here, that's fine. But the SERP has changed. Now it's showing me Forbes, and this is showing me a review for the iPhone 14. This is an example of commercial search intent. So primarily what Google sees this as people searching to find information that they will then use to base their purchase off. So at the end of the day, they're going to buy something. Let's look at Mac rumors. And if you go down here, you read the review, you'll see all the comments. There's no buy button. There's no place on where you can buy the iPhone 14, and there's nothing. There's also no localized search results. So if you look at these, none of these search results, the organic search results, are from Dubai. And so if you're in Dubai and you're trying to rank for iPhone 14 review, and you have a .ae website, this is an opportunity for you. If you're watching this video, capitalize on this opportunity. This is an opportunity for you because these are international websites ranking, because Google can't find a local website in Dubai or the UAE to rank for this. And so what you can do is you can do an article or a review and then link up to an Amazon site and just affiliate, sell it, and Google will rank you because because there's no other website doing as good as a job as you are. And so this is an example. Now, another thing I wanted to show you guys was, now that you understand the intent, what's the best way to position your content and structure? Next thing would be is how to write for the search intent. Now, writing for the search intent is going to be different for every type of intent. So for all 4 types of intent, your how you write the content and how you structure it is going to be different. So I can't tell you exactly how to do it for every one of those because it even differs in every scenario and every keyword you're trying to target. But here's a hack, and here's a hack of how to do it and with a great degree of success. And this is something I have taught a lot of my employees, and they use this exact same tactic. So here's one of the pages that was ranking for this keyword right here, how to cook quinoa, and this is the number one. This is the number one SERP. This is number one on the SERP. So the first thing I do is I want to know how many H2s, how many H3s, what H1s and H2s and H3s this page has. So I have a tool here. It's called SEO extension. So you can download it. This is for Chrome, and it says how to cook quinoa. So this is the title page. This is the title of the page. And so what I do is I'll just copy this, and I'll copy this to a Word document. And then there's a description. I'll copy this to a Word document as well. I'll copy the canonical tag because this is something that I'm also interested in copying. And then I would see they have one H1 here, obviously. They've got 5 H2s. They've got 8 H3s. They've got 1 H4. And I would make note of this because this is the exact same structure that I want to follow when I write my content. You can have maybe another H5 or you can have another H4. I mean, every here and there, I mean, that's not a problem. And then what you want to do is you want to look at the headings, and so you want to see the structure of the page. So I hit here, here's headings that are in top. It says how to cook quinoa is H1, our videos is H2, what is quinoa is page H2, H2 is how to cook quinoa, and so 70 favorite quinoa recipes, Here's an H3. And so you see, this is the exact same structure you can follow, and you can just rewrite these titles and just follow the same path to write your information. Now, links. Obviously, you want to build good internal links. Now, these guys have done a very good job of building internal links. So if you see total links is 149, unique links is 170, internal links is 134. So good internal linking structure. And then links externally is 15. And so this is how they've linked. So there's a page, there's one going to the About Us page, there's one going to the Recipes page, going to the Shop page. And so you can just copy all of this right here. All of this information is very good information. You can just copy the structure right here, and you can implement it as much as you can on your own website. They've got some add-on links to Pinterest and all these other places. And then this will give you an idea of, if you want to build online credibility, you should have a Pinterest account, you should have a Twitter account, you should have all of these, and it will tell you, see, that the top ranking website has all of these, so should you. And there's just a lot of information on it. If there's enough interest, I'll make another video on how to copy your competitors' structure, your content structure, and just draft a content brief based on what's ranking for your competition. Surfer SEO does a similar thing, and I think Surfer SEO does a really good job of it. So if you want to save yourself the effort, use Surfer SEO. But if you don't want to spend the money and you put in the effort and you want to understand the process, then this is how you can do it manually. Hit me up in the comments if you guys want to see a video on how to do this manually. So ultimately, an effective website provides users with the information they need when they need it, and in the easiest to understand format. And that's the idea of understanding intent. And so when Google sees that your website and your content is matching intent correctly, that is when your website will start ranking. And so this is not a hack. This is not something that, I'm breaking new ground. This has been around. People have understood this for a long time, or long enough. But now it has become more important than it ever was before. And so you need, before you write any article, before you target any keyword, understand the intent of the SERP, and then structure your article accordingly. Use Surfer SEO, will save you a lot of time. I'm not an affiliate. They don't pay me a commission to say this. I just use the tool. I like the tool. And so I recommend the tool. It's a few dollars a month. If you do this on a regular basis and you make money off your website, it's worth investing in it. So guys, if you like the video, like and subscribe. I have another video coming up within, I think, sometime next week. It's gonna be about an AI writing tool I have been playing around with. And I'll talk about what kind of results I've seen after playing around with it for a few months, publishing articles, not on my own website, but another website using the AI tool, how effective it has been, and if you guys should be using it, or if you should be using AI tools regardless.